Hi everyone, subscribe, give us a like, and write in the comments below your predictions for the following blockbusters: Liverpool versus Real, Bayern versus PSG, and Barcelona versus Manchester United. And while you're typing, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Real Madrid lost their first La Liga game in half a year and let Barcelona take the top spot in the standings. Schalke midfielder Amin Harit has joined Olympique Marseille on a permanent transfer, as he has played 15 matches following his loan agreement. The Danish Football Federation has named the national team squad list for the 2022 Qatar World Cup matches. It included 21 footballers, with the remaining 5 to be added this week. Marco Reus is rolled out for BVB's clash against Wolfsburg. The 33-year-old German felt pain during yesterday's training session with the U23 team. Real Madrid have kept only 2 clean sheets in their 13 games in La Liga 2022-23, their lowest tally at this stage of the season since 2013-14. We are looking forward to the game against Dortmund, as we will be facing them for the first time in the Champions League. It will be interesting from that point of view. At least Haaland is not playing for Dortmund on this occasion, Chelsea director David Barnard noted. Jude Bellingham is the #1 transfer priority for Manchester United and Liverpool, reports Sky Sport Deutschland journalist Florian Plattenberg. I think we'll have a meeting with his agent this week. Skriniar has a close bond with the shirt, and I hope it will result in a positive end of the deal for all the parties involved, Inter CEO Beppe Marotta shared. The France team's medical staff predict Raphael Varane to take part at the World Cup tournament. Bayern Munich intend to renew the contract with Alexander Nubel. The current agreement of the 26-year-old German lasts until 2025. Me considering a job in international management? Yeah, why not? I would. I didn't give it too much though until now, but I would consider if it's the right team and if it has the potential to win trophies like the World Cup and the Euros, Thomas Tuchel said. We signed the separation 2 months ago, but I love Mauro and he's the most important person to me in this world, Juan Donaro stated. The head coach of the Brazilian national team, Tite, announced a list of 26 football players who will go to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, which will start on November 20th. UEFA released the commercial "Become a Fan of Energy Saving Too." The video appeared on the European Commission's official YouTube channel. PSG has a very balanced team between attack, midfield, and defense. They have world-class players, very experienced, but so do we. We are 2 teams at the top of European football, claimed Bayern CEO Oliver Kahn. We are looking forward to this game. Manchester United are a historic side. They have grown a lot with the arrival of Ten Hag. They have great players. It's the worst job we could have got. Once again, no luck, Xavi complained. Real Madrid will go with all the hope of defending our status as champions, because Liverpool is a champion club, said Real Madrid chief Emilio Butragueño. Barcelona and Manchester United will meet for the first time in the Europa League, as they have previously played each other 10 times in the Champions League and 3 times in the European Cup Winners' Cup. Newcastle United are set to rival other teams for Mykhailo Mudryk, though the Magpies doubt their chances to convince the player to pen a contract. Manchester City have posted its annual financial report for the 2021-22 season. The data shows the club drawing both a record profit of £613 million and record revenue of £41.7 million in the club's history, more than doubling the previous achievements. Clashes against Bayern? We have to show that PSG have one of the best teams in the world at the moment, stated PSG's football advisor Luis Campos. Gerard Piqué, who last week announced his retirement from professional football and played a farewell game at the Camp Nou, was included in the Catalan squad list for the away match versus Osasuna. Jorge Almiron has been sacked as coach of Elche after just under a month in the job. Liverpool will face Real Madrid in the Champions League for the 4th time in the last 6 seasons. They have already battled each other in the final this year. The more people get into me, the more I want to dribble, L'Equipe quoted Neymar as saying. Southampton have announced that they have parted company with head coach Ralph Hasenhüttl. The Real manager Quique Setién could be sacked after 4 games, according to Sport S. Maldini and Massara have identified Lassina Traoré as one of Milan's targets for the summer transfer window. Former Juventus and Atletico midfielder Diego has announced his retirement from football. PSV value Cody Gakpo at €50 million, but the Pisans have no wish of letting the starlet go in January. Unai Emery wants to lure 4 Villarreal performers to Aston Villa: Pau Torres, Chukwueze, Jeremy Pino, and Nicolas Jackson. I didn't ask the players to make so many early crosses towards Cristiano Ronaldo. I think it was stupid to do that. We delivered too many quick crosses in from too far away, Erik ten Hag noted after the match against Aston Villa. Real Madrid striker Karim Benzema could be ruled out of action from the 2022 Qatar World Cup opening fixture due to muscle fatigue injury. Arsenal have shown an interest in Everton winger Anthony Gordon, reports journalist Ekrem Kanor. Guardiola will decide on his future at Manchester City during the 2022 World Cup. Pep's current contract with the Citizens runs until next summer. According to preliminary data, the club hopes to extend the agreement. Among other things, yesterday we had an interesting La Liga fixture to watch. The result is in front of you. Moving on to the main news of the release. Rayo Vallecano made a sensation by beating Real Madrid 3-2. Santi, Álvaro Garcia, and Trejo scored for the hosts. Modric and Militao netted for the guests. What's even more shocking, the defeat of Ancelotti's side allowed Barcelona to top La Liga table for the first time in quite a while. Chelsea hope to complete the move of AC Milan winger Rafael Leao, willing to pay £105 million for his services, according to Sky Italia. The Portuguese's deal with the Rossoneri expires in the summer of 2024. Milan's side, in turn, has no intention to lose Leao, eager to extend the player's contract. Earlier on, the Blues have reportedly plotted to sign Leao already this winter. Fenway Sports Group, owned by businessman John Henry, have put Liverpool up for sale. The matter is evidenced by the Athletic journalist David Ornstein. Moreover, the officials have already prepared a presentation of a potential agreement for interested parties. All contract approaches will be considered. FSG has frequently received expressions of interest from third parties seeking to become shareholders in Liverpool. FSG has said before that under the right terms and conditions, we would consider new shareholders if it was in the best interest of Liverpool as a club. FSG remains fully committed to the success of Liverpool, both on and off the pitch, the company said in a statement. The 2022-23 Champions League round of 16 draw took place in Lyon, Switzerland. Here are the pairings we got: RB Leipzig vs Manchester City, Club Brugge vs Benfica, Liverpool vs Real Madrid, AC Milan vs Tottenham Hotspur, Eintracht Frankfurt vs Napoli, Borussia Dortmund vs Chelsea, Inter Milan vs Porto, and Bayern Munich vs PSG. The first legs are scheduled on February 14th, 15th, and 21st, 22nd, with the second legs held on March 7th, 8th, and 14th, 15th. We also saw the draw for the 2022-23 Europa League knockout round playoff games. The results are as follows: Barcelona vs Manchester United, Juventus vs Nantes, Sporting vs Midtjylland, Shakhtar vs Rennes, Ajax vs Union Berlin, Bayer Leverkusen vs AS Monaco, Sevilla vs PSV, and Salzburg vs AS Roma. The first legs are scheduled for February 16th, with the second legs taking place a week later. The winners of playoff ties will join the winners of the Europa League groups in the round of 16, the draw of which will be held on February 24th. At last, we got the draw for the 2022-23 Conference League knockout round playoff duels, with the following results: Karabakh, Ghent, Trabzonspor, Basel, Lazio, Cluj, Bodo Glimt, Lech, Braga, Fiorentina, AEK Larnaca, Dnipro 1, Sheriff, Partizan, Ludogorets, Anderlecht. The winners of the playoff ties will join the winners of the Conference League groups in the round of 16. The first legs are scheduled on February 16th, with the second legs taking place a week later. The draw for the round of 16 will be held on February 24th. Let's dwell upon reactions to the main events of the Champions League and Europa League knockout playoff round: Liverpool vs Real Madrid, Bayern vs PSG, and Barcelona vs Manchester United. The goal emphasizes that we are all about to witness the repeat of last year's Champions League final, and this is definitely great news. ESPN FC posted this funny meme. For 3-3 notes, the perfect opportunity for Liverpool's much-needed revenge. Next up, Bayern facing PSG. Goal has hinted that it won't be the most pleasant experience for Messi, given how Munich completely thrashed his team last time. Though Lionel is currently playing for Paris, and the Red and Blues have every chance of winning this Champions League campaign. Besides, Goal mentioned the 2020 Champions League final, so Paris will have a strong motivation to prove their strength to the Bavarians. As for ESPN FC, they are just waiting for another entertaining show, as it always happens in such cases. Then we have the clash between Barca and Manchester United. ESPN FC remembers Ronaldo's last performance against the Catalans, and we bet Blaugrana supporters wouldn't mind erasing that game from their memory. Goal jokes about the showdown between Ten Hag and the Young. This wasn't how Erik Ten Hag envisaged his reunion with Frankie de Jong. And of course, how can we not mention El Clasico with the participation of CR7? Grand events are waiting for us, guys, and we congratulate you with that. Folks, check out the suggested videos. Have a great time watching. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.